Hey guys, Sylvie here. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to this podcast and to turn off notifications to make sure you get every one of these videos that come out in the podcast. The podcast were Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, and YouTube, it could be anything from cycling to fitness. You don't want to miss it. Hey fellow cyclists, how you doing? Sylvie here, host of Secrets in the Saddle and also our Friday coaches tips. So I just wanted to let you know that I tell you something. I was just away for a mini holiday with the family at a friend's cottage, no Wi-Fi, and we had an exceptional just couple days, like 2 nights away, no TV. I actually got to read a full magazine from cover to cover. When was the last time you've ever been able to do that? And what was a magazine? And just, put in the comments below. So this is the one I got. Canadian Cycling. I got it in my stocking from Santa. So I'm telling you, I have not sat down and read a magazine from back to back in a very, very long time. But one of the articles in here really, really intrigued me. And I just want to share it with you. So it's 5 top cycling intentions you can use. Now, this particular article, it talked about scrapping the New Year's resolutions that we all tend to do and we all tend to break by about week 3. They're gone, they're forgotten, and we're back on the treadmill that we just left. So what if you were to scrap those resolutions and go with intentions? Do you think the intentions might be a little bit easier to keep? Like I will intend to eat better. So instead of having my goal being to eat better, I'm going to, put together some intentions that, maybe I'll eat more vegetables once a day. Maybe I'll invest in some greens and drink my vegetables, things like that. So that I find that, and it's kind of nice. I really like this article that talking about goals are sort of like, oh my God, they're there and they're broken. But I like intentions to be stepping stones towards our goals. So if we thought about something like that, then maybe it'd be easier for us to attain the goals that we're looking for. So as a cycling coach and cyclist myself, I thought these were pretty good because sometimes we even put together goals that are so grandiose and unrealistic, maybe for the year that we're training for, that we're just setting ourselves up for failure, right? Have you ever felt like that? So this is what I like. Okay. So top cycling intentions you can use, and there's 5 of them. So the first one, let's just go through them. Set an intention to eat food that feels nourishing. Okay, so let me say it again. Number 1 is set an intention to eat food that feels nourishing. Okay, so that's not like chips and stuff like that. That's like things that are going to give you energy and you're not going to feel like empty about half an hour to an hour afterwards. So this might include your post-ride workout routine. So setting something up that you're going to now be intentional about actually implementing your post-ride recovery routine and what that might look like. So is it a protein shake? Is it BCAAs? Like something that's actually going to nourish your body post-workout, right? And of course, the occasional beer and large salad with lean protein for supper is also good. But it's starting to be intentional about your post-workout recovery routine. Okay, number 2, set an intention to find a moment of joy or gratitude in every ride. Okay, so let me say that again. Number 2, set an intention to find a moment of joy or gratitude in your ride. How many rides or training session do you sit on the bike and you just hate it from start to finish because you have to do it? Yeah, don't worry. I've been on a couple of those rides too, and they don't have to be inside. They can be outside. So, you know, think about something that you're grateful for. You know, being on the bike, being able to be on the bike. Um, and then, you know, including the interval session done in the freezing rain. So like these could be like really like outdoor stuff. You know, you don't have to be grateful inside. So like, let me just think about one of the last rides I had outside, and I ended up biking the last 10K home in freezing downpour. And I was just sort of grateful that I was able to get 100K in before that. It wasn't the whole ride, right? So number 3, set an intention to improve your flexibility. Oh my gosh, this can't be any more apparent, like in need for cyclists out there, because I find as a coach that so many don't even consider this until it's kind of, you know, in need, like you've had an injury, now you have to go back and become flexible. Or if you really want to improve your performance, now you got to go become flexible and, you know, get introducing yoga. For me, I just do a couple stretches for like 5 minutes that I know that are going to give me and keep my body the most flexible. Stretching your toes out, flexing your Achilles and your calves with like you know, you're sitting on the floor and you're stretching your toes back, so you're stretching your calves, Achilles, hamstrings. All that is good. Bending over, you know, so do a couple of those every time you finish your ride, and maybe when you get up in the morning, because sometimes you get out of bed really tight. Number 4, set an intention to not be competitive on a group ride. That's right. So instead of the resolution to, you know, like to be at the front and do all the breakaways and the chase downs and like just drive the speed of the pack, how about you be just a little less competitive and just sit back and enjoy the ride? And that can be online or on the road. Ever go out group rides like that? You just sort of push the pace. I know people like that. It's just like, hey, let's just chill. Like, this is not a race. We're just out here to have fun. We're on pace. Let's keep going. Okay, number 5, and be more intentional about your riding. How's that? Set intention to be more intentional about your riding. So that means when you set up your training plan, execute your training plan. I think some is better than none, right? But if you are training for something very specific, that little none part really starts adding up. So it's better to get on that trainer, do the full program over cutting it short. So there's your 5 top cycling intentions can use in the new year or starting right now to really make the most out of your workouts. Now here's something else. Here's a bonus, number 6 for you. Now, be intentional about your cycling skills. Are you implementing them? Do you know what they are? And here's a reason why I talk about this. I was just reading a book, Ride Inside by Joe Friel, and he's talking about how training on your trainer can actually be a reason why you have poor pedaling form. And I don't know if anybody's ever thought about that. I never really thought about that, but I can totally understand it, because when I sit on my trainer and I don't have it hooked up to anything, I am the worst at like really low cadence, not going, like not speeding up, just really poor pedaling technique, to be quite honest. So think about that when you're on your trainer the next time. Are you just like, poor form can lead to being 10% less efficient. So do you want that? I don't think so. So here is something that I have for you. It's a course that I put together, a cycling skills technique. And so it's a 12-week or an 8-week cycling skills course. Now, what it is pretty cool. It's all online. You register and you jump into our Zoom classes, and it's 90 minutes, let's say 90 minutes of skills, technique, drills, intervals. Consider it part of your 20% of your intervals for the week. And in it, you are going to learn some fundamentals about cycling skills. So here's where to find it. It's either go to sylviedaoust.ca, so that's sylviedaoust.ca, or the cyclingskillspro.com, or 12wk.16wkroadcycling.ca. Everything's in the description, so make sure that you check it out. This might be something for you. You know, if you've ever wanted to get better at something, you always find a course or a program or a webinar or something to sign up for and get the required skills, right? You want to become better this winter and not regress. So check it out, implement those 5 tips I just gave you. We'll see you soon. Take care and have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.